I've been chomping at the bit to share this story with you. This story is everything to me. This shows the way power works, okay? Especially in media, the sphere that I'm in. So, this guy, Benny Johnson, or as you may know him, he's this like B-tier right-wing commentator, maybe C-tier right-wing commentator. And he's the guy who tweeted a picture of an ad that was targeted to him about like gay cruises. And he was like, this is ridiculous that they're putting this smut on this whatever website he was on. And people were like, hey, jack off. This is a targeted ad. They think you'd be interested in a gay singles cruise. So he sort of outed himself, right? And he was too silly to even realize that he just did it. So this guy, Benny Johnson, he had to come out and issue a groveling apology to MAGA after he basically sort of semi-backed Vivek Ramaswamy. Let me walk you through this because this is so... You should respect none of these people who are political commentators and pundits on the right. And you're going to see why that is. All right, here we go. Right-wing provocateur Benny Johnson has deleted and expressed regret over a poorly worded tweet that drew the ire of Donald Trump supporters over the weekend. In his initial tweet, Johnson announced that he was back in Iowa and that his fans could catch him on the campaign trail with Vivek Ramaswamy. The response from Trump world was furious. On X, devout Trump disciple Laura Loomer remarked that she would never forget this. Really nice of you to stab him in the back after you bragged about having dinner with him at Mar-a-Lago. Despicable, she added. So here's the full tweet. Hey, Benny Johnson, why did you delete this tweet? Screenshots are forever. Way to be disloyal to President Trump. I certainly won't ever forget this. Really nice of you to stab him in the back after you bragged about having dinner with him at Mar-a-Lago. Despicable. So it says... Back in Iowa, catch me on the campaign trail with Vivek Ramaswamy tonight, and then he puts a list of like the places he's going to be. And Laura Loomer also said, so you're endorsing Vivek Ramaswamy? I mean, doesn't everyone see how obvious this influencer rollout with Vivek's campaign has been? Zero loyalty from any of these so-called MAGA influencers who built their brands off of MAGA. Why didn't you campaign for Trump? So then here we go. Somebody else chimes in. Lil Benny Johnson. Oh my God. The worst thing about the Trump era is how other people now try to talk like Trump and be like Trump. Right? Lil Benny Johnson got scared and deleted his tweet. He is not MAGA, commented pro-Trump influencer Miguelifornia. So he's also attacking Benny Johnson for this tweet. His partner in crime, Brendan Dilley, minced even fewer words. Screenshots are forever, bitch, he declared. Thank God I warned Team Trump a year ago when this dumbass and his wife were shit-talking Donald J. Trump in the DMs. So he's also going after this guy for it. Now remember, all these guys are one level of celebrity or another within Trump world. So they have some semblance of a following. And there's a lot of crossover with all these people's audiences, okay? The combined effect of these attacks was to elicit a groveling acknowledgement of Johnson's error, which he eventually offered on X. Hi guys, want to clear something up. We deleted a poorly worded tweet sent earlier. We're in Iowa filming a documentary for our In the Arena show about the caucus. We're not campaigning for or being a surrogate for any campaign. We're not being paid by anyone. I like Trump. I like Vivek. I love America. I'm from Iowa and really excited to be back and want to meet patriots while I'm here. We're about the energy, movement, and saving America. That's it. Stay based. So in other words, you're going, I'm not campaigning for Vivek. I'm not campaigning for Vivek. I also love Trump. I also want to coddle his ballsack and tickle his taint with my tongue. That's what I want to do. I love Trump so much. And I'm not campaigning for Vivek. Johnson's efforts to make amends with Trump's Agree Faithful didn't end there. Shortly after issuing his apology, he also retweeted Tim Pool's pronouncement that while Vivek is brilliant, hardworking, and knows the issues, he is still Plan B, and Trump is still the play right now for me. Now, by the way, there was a time when Tim Pool was more rah-rah DeSantis, right? But what happens is these are what we call wave riders. That's what they are. So as the zeitgeist on the right goes in one direction, they will ride that wave. When the zeitgeist turns and goes in another direction, they will not stand on principle and say, hey, I really think this. I really prefer DeSantis. I really prefer Vivek. Let me make an argument. Let me tell you why I think this. Maybe I can change your mind. They don't do that. They don't have the balls to do that. What they do is they crowd surf. It's okay. Oh, they're going this way. Well, I'm with DeSantis now because he's doing better in the polls than Trump for this brief moment, and Trump did bad in the midterms, and his people did bad in the midterms. I'm with DeSantis. Oh wait, the The tide is turning. DeSantis? I don't even know who DeSantis is. I'm totally with the Trump people. I'm totally with the Trump people. For a while, Vivek, there was a lot of love for him on right-wing Twitter, especially during the debates and after the debates. And there was a lot of like flirting with him. And, you know, Candace Owens was out there on the campaign trail with him and they were riding that wave. But the second it okay, well, he kind of flopped. It's, bro, I wasn't campaigning. I wasn't with him at all. I'm totally with Trump. I've always been with Trump, bro. I don't even know what you're talking about. Look at how they bend the knee and they genuflect when they get a little bit of pushback, right? Now, I don't know who Benny Johnson really supports. I don't know who Candace Owens really supports. I don't know who Tim Pool really supports. I don't know if they actually have anybody in their heart of hearts who they support, or their whole thing is just, my identity is to shape and mold with the crowd and try to be leading the parade at any given moment. But at the end of the day, what should annoy you to no end is none of these people are actually telling you what they actually think. None of them are. None of them. All it takes is a little bit of pushback, a little bit of freak out from MAGA world, a shift in the polls, a shift in the zeitgeist, and all of a sudden, boom, they're parroting the things that they think the audience wants to hear. And so, if this guy Benny Johnson had any balls, any nerve, any backbone at all, he could have come out and said, assuming he really supports Vivek, right? He could have come out and said, look, man, hey, I love Trump just like any of you guys, but he's got 91 criminal charges. If he's found guilty on even one of them, his ass is going to be in jail. He's going to be taken off the field. So that's why I backed Vivek, because Vivek is going to continue the MAGA policies and also pardon Donald Trump. That's why. And if you don't agree with that, that's fine. But don't act like my position is insane or extreme or makes no sense. It makes perfect sense, okay? And you can piss off. From a right-wing perspective, if he's supportive of Vivek, he can make that argument. But he didn't. He immediately bent the knee, gave in to the mob, gave in to the crowd. And what's so funny is that these sorts of people talk about standing up to the social media mob, a cancel mob, the woke mob or whatever. Nobody caves to the mob more than you guys do. Look at how they bend the knee to power. Look at how they try to ride the wave of whoever's popular. The reason why you should never listen to these people is because you never actually know what the fuck they think. Ever. Ever. Sometimes I'll say something that might piss you off, might annoy you. But you know what? I'm saying it because I mean it. And I'll back it up. I'll tell you exactly why I'm saying the thing I'm saying. And if you still don't agree, fine. But this is where I'm coming from. And now you know where I'm coming from. And that's what that is. They don't have that in them. I'm sorry. I don't support Vivek. I don't even support Vivek, bro. And by the way, look at how quick. This is the power game, right? Vivek tried, do the Hail Mary pass, made that argument at the last minute, tried. He was polling at 8%. He got 8% in Iowa, said there's no path for me. Then he goes out, starts campaigning for Trump. People are chanting VP. He won for what he was trying to do, right? But one day, Trump is attacking him viciously. The very next day, oh, Vivek, my best friend. I love you. They're all playing a raw power game. That's what it is. It's a game of power, a game of popularity, but it's all a game. None of it's principled. None of it's, here's what I actually think. Never. Never, never, never. Just like with Tucker Carlson, how many times have we talked about this? The internal emails and text messages that came out in the Dominion lawsuit, where we learned he hates Trump with a burning passion. He thinks nothing positive came out of the Trump era. He can't wait until he doesn't have to talk about this guy anymore. He thinks he's a destroyer. He doesn't help anything. He doesn't build anything. He destroys. This is what he said behind the scenes. In front of the scenes, he's sucking him off again. He endorsed him. Can't trust a word any of these people say. They're all careerists who are posturing for more popularity and clout. And this is just such a good example of it here. All right, guys, that's the show. Love you all very much. Everybody do me a big favor. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps out massively, and the algorithm doesn't cost you anything. You can subscribe below. You can also click that bell icon so you get a notification every single time a video drops. Remember, you can support this show on Patreon. $2 a month or $5 a month. It helps tremendously. You could tip through YouTube with the thanks button. That also helps tremendously. You guys have no idea. Never talked to an advertiser. Very proud of that fact. You guys helped build this show from the ground up. And thank you to everybody who already does support the show. Also, Crystal Kyle and Friends. We're talking to Owen Jones this week on Israel. I think you guys are going to enjoy that. You can sign up for Crystal Kyle and Friends below on Substack. And that's all I got for you guys, man. Everybody have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.